hello Facebook. So we had a bit of technical difficulty getting you Finding Dory the other day. So we have gone back to our old way of doing videos. So we are starting back up on day 16 of our Go Live 30 challenge. And we're going to redo Dory. So hopefully it works this time. And it was a great video too. I was so sad because it was a really great video.
Yeah.
Just didn't come out. So if you have never tuned in, this is Disc at the Movies. And one of the things we do as a family is we like to watch movies and figure out personality styles of our favorite characters. So this particular video is on Finding Dory, one of our favorite movies. And so we're going to go through and we're going to talk about the 4 different personality styles. And again, remember that we're all a blend of all the personality styles. So you could identify with more than one, and you probably will identify with more than one of the characters we're going to talk about. So our first quadrant is the D quadrant, and D stands for dominant, or driving, very driven people. These people are outgoing and task-oriented, and our character for the D in Finding Dory is
Nemo.
And why did we pick Nemo? So Nemo is very independent, and he is in the very first movie, if you remember, in Finding Nemo, he was told not to touch the boat. And what did he do? He went right out there and touched it, right? And everyone said, oh, he's afraid, and don't tell a D they're afraid. Don't tell a D they can't do something, because boy, they're going to do it no matter what. Even if they didn't want to do it before, they're going to do it just to show you they can, right? And Nemo is a take charge kind of guy, no matter what the crisis is. And usually Marlin's spiraling out of control in crisis, thinking of all the possibilities, and we're going to get to Marlin in a minute. But Nemo's the one who always gets everybody refocused and moving forward, always moving forward on to the next thing. So Nemo we had down as our D for today. Now our I's stand for inspiring, and our I's are outgoing also, but they're people oriented. So their motivator is helping people, or their compass, we like to say, is directed towards people. So they're outgoing, but instead of looking at the tasks and what needs to be done, they're looking at who needs help, or the who involved in what it is. So our I's in Finding Dory are Dory, of course, right? Dory is very talkative. Hey,
Hi,
Jenny. She's very talkative, and she, as soon as she gets an idea, she goes running full steam towards her idea. She doesn't plan, she just reacts, and she goes, and she swims like crazy, and then she stops and says, where'd everybody go? How come you left me? And they're like, you're the one that ran, right? You got so excited and you took off running without making a plan. Eyes tend to do that. They lack a little focus, right? But great idea, people. Right. She's looking at me because I'm an eye. We also get lost really easily because we get really excited and don't remember where exactly we were going. Our other I is
Destiny.
I love Destiny. Destiny's my favorite character in this movie. So, and Dory and Destiny were pipe pals as kids, remember? So as kids even, they knew each other and they talked constantly through the pipes because both of them like to talk all the time. Very social creatures, right? Those are our I's. Very, very social and very outgoing. And then we have S's. Our S stands for, do you remember? Supportive.
I should remember this because I am one.
You are an S. You should remember. So supportive types are reserved and people. So their compass is still towards people, but their actions to get there are more reserved. They're more laid back. They don't tend to jump in right away, like where Dory would jump in right away and take off without a plan. And S would sit back a minute and consider before they jump in, right? So S's for Finding Dory are Jenny, Jenny and Charlie. Now, Jenny and Charlie, those are Dory's parents. They don't really go into a lot of the character detail, but from what we could see, we kind of think they might have a lot of S. They were always reminding Dory of her parameters and keeping her safe and not encouraging her to do anything that might get her hurt, right? Because Dory suffered from
short-term memory loss.
Short-term memory loss, right? Hey, Shelly. So they wanted to keep her safe. So just from the little bit we saw of them, we're thinking they probably fall into the S category, but again, they're blends and we just got a glimpse, right? And then of course we have Crush, who's our ultimate S. Dude, totally laid back on the EAC, right? Love Crush. Yeah? Mm-hmm. And then our other S's
are the seals.
The seals who lay on the rocks all day, right? And they're totally happy to help you, but they're not real excited to get off the rock to help you. Like they're gonna help you when you come into their space and they notice that you need help, but they're not gonna necessarily go seeking someone to help, right? So S's, and the seals' names are
Rudder and
Fluke. Rudder and Fluke.
Weird names.
Well, they're seals. Oh. And then last but certainly not least, we have our C's, and C stands for
cautious.
Cautious. So cautious are reserved as well, like the S's, but task-oriented like the D. So again, they're all about what needs to be done, but they're not as aggressive in getting them done. They actually plan and have a list usually and like to check things off along the way. So our C's for Finding Dory are
Marlin.
Always tons of questions, right? C's always ask tons of questions, and for every answer you have, they have 3 more questions because they want to make sure they get it right the first time. So Marlin's a definite C, and who are other C's?
Bailey
was the beluga whale who is next door to Destiny. And then we think Hank, the octopus or septopus, he lost a tentacle, so he had 7 instead of 8. But and the reason we put him in the C category, he seemed to be pretty adventuresome because he went everywhere and was helping Dory. But remember, even though he was going everywhere, he would hide and he would blend in with the scenery, and he had a plan. There was always a plan. And the whole reason, his whole motivation behind helping Dory was because why? What did he want? The only thing he wanted in the world
was to live in a glass tank all alone by himself for the rest of his life.
Total introvert, right? Leave me alone, let me be, give me my little glass box and go away. Right? So that's why we put him in the C category. C's tend to be extremely introverted, where I's are extremely extroverted, right? So again, we're all a blend of everything. And so I am curious to know your opinions and what you think of these characters. Did we pick correctly? Should we have picked them in a different quadrant, you think? And what quadrant would you put yourself in? So stay tuned, and tomorrow we are disking home. All right, we'll be back on track tomorrow. So hope to see you tomorrow. Have a great day. Bye.